My 2025 physical planner is here and it's time to unbox it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and welcome to today's video where we are going to do a little flip through of my 2025 physical planner, which of course is going to be my work planner. Since I started working particularly in this field, I have used a physical planner. I don't know, it just sits right with my spirit because I'm not always able to be on my phone to access the internet and to do all of that. So it's kind of hard to keep track of my to-dos and tasks and appointments and meetings using just Microsoft Outlook and stuff like that. So I have just always used a physical planner for work. And the crazy thing is I actually see through my physical planners at work. I typically do not ditch them, halfway through the year, which I'm known to do with a personal physical planner, but not for my work planner. So in 2024, I use the Hemlock and Oak 2024 daily planner. She's thick. This is a daily planner. I'll show you just like a random page here. So we haven't gotten to this part yet, but we haven't gotten to December 9 yet. But yeah, this is my planner. She's held up pretty good given the circumstances. I literally just lost my little charm today, but not to worry because I feel like I can put it back on some kind of way. So yeah, this is a planner that I use. It's really thick. There are enough pages for each day. There are like 400 pages in this thing. There are some random pages. Then there is a monthly page for each month. And then there are daily pages for each month. The pages are numbered, so January 1 of 2025 would actually be page 399, and then this would be page 400, and then we have this back here. So like basically 400 pages. So this is a pretty big book. It has held up. It has not come apart or anything. I do not use stickers or washi tape or anything. Literally just pen and maybe some sticky notes here or there, a highlighter, but that's all that I do or have done for my work planner. Now for 2025, honestly, I don't even really remember what I ordered, but we're about to see because I pre-ordered this months ago. It just shipped and I just got it. It did come from Canada. The company is Canadian based. I think the company is minority owned, definitely woman owned. And then also they pride themselves on being sustainable. So everything inside of this package is 100% recyclable. So I'm going to be using a planner from the same company in 2025 for work, simply because the experience that I had this year in 2024 was absolutely elite. Planner held up well. The color is great, which I did go with a darker color because I was thinking about if I went with a lighter color, I might run the risk of it getting really dirty and gross. So I did go with this darker color, no stains, except I did have a pen stain on my bookmark down here, but like otherwise no visible wear and tear types of stains. Pretty much. I feel like that's a little something back here, but you can barely see it. So it looked pretty good. It looks pretty good to me for sure. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That is my philosophy anyway. So I just decided to order another planner from that company. So this is the box that the planner comes in. I'm covering it up because all of the confidential information, but yeah, it looks like this on the back. And so I'm just gonna go right in with my little slice tool from Printpression, and we are going to unbox this, and then we will go down. We will get another view so you can actually see what's happening, because I feel like you're not going to see me unbox this for real like this, but I need to open it first and then you can get right to it. Again, everything is recyclable, so I think that's why it looks the way that it does aesthetically. Lots of tissue paper, and then, oh yeah, I forgot it comes in this cool little box. It says, "Thank you, friend. You are absolutely wonderful, Hemlock and Oak. You are turning dreams into plans." Founder and designer Tia Massey, something of the sort. So yeah, woman owned. I am now remembering it does come in this box. And then what's down here? Okay, another packaging slip with my address on it. So let's get rid of that. And this is our planner. Gold foil here. Very cute, very sustainable. Oh, so this is how they protected my little charm. Last year, I got this, I think it's like an oak charm, if you will. And I told you it literally just fell off, but I can still reconnect it, I believe. I feel like that is something that I can do. Yeah, I feel like I can connect that. I don't know if I want to, but I think I can just connect that. Let's leave this one over here just for comparison purposes. I feel like there's debris from this on the planner. So there's that. But, ooh, she's so cute. Yeah, I don't like that much, but maybe I can wipe it off. Otherwise, I am known to cause a fuss. But I think this is so much smaller and thinner, and I appreciate that so much more. Look at this. That's wild to me. This is literally 2 of these, if not more. Don't you think? Maybe like 2.5 of these. Actually, we can see really easily, assuming that she is using the same paper. Okay, this is 208. And then this is 400 pages. But the thing is, it still seems like this has at least double or triple the amount of paper. One thing that I noticed is that the daily planners normally have the Hemlock and Oak in the year and the daily, and then of course the logo. But I noticed that the weekly planners don't. They just have the date and the logo. So that's something that I did notice. But yeah, here are the differences. Yeah, this is kind of got dusty and crusty in transit, but I think I can wipe it off with a damp cloth. In fact, I should go see right now, but I don't want to. But the 2025 in gold foil is definitely way more visible, probably because of the dark contrast with the black, but also because it's brand spanking new. Okay, let's open her up. I'm excited. I do want to say that I thought that it really was not super important for me to have a daily planner anymore after trying out that daily planner. I think that was my first ever daily planner for work. I don't think that I have ever had a daily planner for work. So that was kind of like my first attempt at that, and I thought it was a little bit unnecessary. So I am going to go with a weekly planner. That was my thought process. We have This Planner Belongs To, If Found, Please Contact. Then we have The Mighty Oak Was Once an Acorn That Stood Its Ground. Oh, this is new. We didn't have this last year unless I'm tripping. I could be tripping. Yeah, okay, we did have it last year. It just looked differently. It looked like this last year. And now it looks like this. So that's a little upgrade. I appreciate that. Oh, it's so cute. I love that. And it has the pages. I love that. I love that. I love that. And I also just have 1 ribbon here, whereas last year I had 2. So, but I think that's because it was a daily planner. We have 25-26, which is something that we had last year as well. I like that. I think it looks a little bit better. And then we have 2025. We have all of the months, and you can kind of just pre-plan or put any other pertinent information there, birthdays, things like that. I use this for work, so I will put major work deadlines and trainings and things like that, but I don't just put random stuff in here. Similarly, I think we had this last year, but this is for Q1. So you can also plan out some things here. So maybe you can put birthdays here, or you can put any other kind of meetings or deadlines, goals. And then we have Q3 and Q4. Then we have the holidays, the Canadian holidays and the American holidays in a blank page here. A January overview. What boundaries will you set for yourself this month? List 3 ways that you can carve out time for self-care. What intentions do you have this month? What milestones are you focusing on? What habits do you want to cultivate this month? Are there any barriers? You also have the frequency from 1 to 7 times per week, the reward that you will give yourself once you complete the goal, and then a little habit tracker down here. I did not have all of this in my daily planner, which is kind of what drew me to it, because I didn't really need all this for work. So that's kind of why I went with the daily planner as well, but I'm thinking it's fine. I'll just not use the pages if I don't have a use for them. Then we have a grid page over here. One thing that I noticed is that last year it had the date, but it was in like a brown color, and this is just black. I am noticing there's also no quote up here at the top. And then additionally, there is smaller space here. So I'm thinking it's just in looking that they made this column a little slimmer. I don't really know. Oh, this whole planner I think is a little bit smaller. So I think they had to just, it's more compact. So I think that is what's happening here, because I'm looking and I'm like, wait, the boxes over here are definitely bigger. Let me go to December in my planner and let's see if there's any confidential information over there. Not really. Okay, so December is about the only month we can really look at. So as you can see, the year was in this brown looking color, and then these boxes are definitely bigger for sure. And then, oh, it did say Monday written out, and now it just says an abbreviation for, you know, MON. And then everything else, I think, like I said, this column and those check boxes are a little smaller, but everything else is looking pretty much the same. We do have the moon phases here and the holidays still here in a light gray, so you can barely notice them. I do appreciate that. But otherwise, you know, I think I'll be able to use this the exact same. I actually really like this. I'm actually really liking this. Like, I don't know, it's just like super cute. Okay, so this is where it's a complete game changer because, you know, I was using a daily planner, which looked like this. And in my daily planner, I had the day of the week, the date, the holiday, of course, if there was a holiday, the moon phase, focus, intentions, my schedule from 5 to 11. I do appreciate when companies leave off the AM and PM, the page number down here, the date again down here, which is probably a little much, probably not needed. Today, I skipped over that, and check boxes, a big, huge area. And then we also have the dates for the week down here, or the days rather, with the actual day of the page being bolded. So that's kind of what was happening there. And just to show you how I was using it for work, let me go to a page that I planned on just a little bit, at least, where I will not be breaking confidentiality. Okay, here's one as an example. So I would mark out the time that I was working, and so my start time for work. If I had any meetings, I would put those over here, and then I just made my to-do list. Now here's the thing, I can do the exact same thing in this planner, except I actually have a place for weekly to-dos and weekly tasks, so that's exciting. I can put those here. And then I could have done without this, but you know, nobody asked me. But in looking at it really quickly, I don't think that that's important. I do think I may use the top part here. I'm skipping all over the place because I was thinking I could put not necessarily my focus of the day, but maybe I can put if I have meetings or trainings, or if there's a 2-hour delay, or if there's a half day, or just like whatever to kind of denote that information. But at any rate, I still have a place for my to-dos for the week and my to-dos for the day. I have decided I'm just gonna put my to-dos down here. So when I was purchasing this, I already had that in mind. I was just going to put my to-dos down here. And because my to-dos aren't super long usually, then this is enough space. I do write a little bigger, but then I also write bigger if I'm permitted to. So I write as big as I'm allowed to. Here, I could write really big. So here, I'm probably gonna write a little smaller, but at any rate, I can still plan out my day the same way. And I actually prefer that it's 6 to 10 because realistically, I'm not going to be doing anything work related at 5 a.m. I'm going to be asleep. So it starting at 6 doesn't bother me since I'm using this for work. And then I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the whole planner. We don't have to flip through it every day necessarily, but now we're on, okay, we're at the page, the pages. Oh, okay. So at the end of the month, we have a January review. Write down 3 memorable moments this month. What gave you energy this month? What drained you? A lesson, thought, or growth moment from this month. Then we have the February. Then we go right into the February overview. What boundaries will you set for yourself this month? List 3 ways that you can carve out time for self-care. What intentions do you have this month? What milestones are you focusing on? What habits do you want to cultivate this month? Are there any barriers? And then I think that's what we saw up here at the front, right? Yeah, that's the same thing as that. Same information there. And then we have a grid sheet here, and then we go right into February. And that seems to be how this planner is set up. There's March, and then we have April, all of that. Oh, we do have, I lied. We do have 2 ribbons. It was hidden inside of there. We do have an extra ribbon. So cool. One can be for my week. I normally make the one with the charm for my week because I reference my week more. And then one can be for the month. And then when we get to the end of the planner, we have a year in review. Identify 3 memories from the last 12 months that you want to cherish. Who or what are you grateful for in the last year and why? What are you proud of in the last year? Write down 5 positive things about yourself from the last year. What vision do you see for yourself in the future? What are 3 ways you can get yourself closer to that vision? So that's here. And then we have grid, grid, grid. I'm calling this grid. It's kind of like lined graph paper, I feel like, but I feel like grid is appropriate for what this is. I feel like that's the actual terminology for it, is that it's not dot grid, but it's like lined grid paper. Am I making that up, or is that accurate? I think that's accurate. You know, I've been in the digital planning game pretty heavily over the last 3 years, so forgive me if I am using improper paper planner terminology. And then at the back here, ooh, oh no. Wait a minute, wait. First of all, I think I got this pocket for free. I think it was a part of the whole pre-order situation, but as it compares to this one, it actually doesn't even compare. You see how thick this is? You can't even see how thick it is for real, but this, she's thick. This right here is a very thick pocket that you can't really see, but it's really thick and it held up really well. This, on the other hand, I don't know what, look. Now, granted, I think it's free, but I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's put that in here. I feel like that's cute to keep in here. Don't you think? Yeah, that's like a cute little thing to keep in there. This planner is top tier. I think her name is Tia. Tia does her big one with this planner every year. Like, I'm always astounded. But yeah, I'm a little bit, maybe if I, okay. Yeah, I think if you like take it, I just licked it like, like a crazy person. But I think if you take a damp cloth, if I take a damp cloth, that'll be fine. I don't know, but I feel like that's appropriate. I wouldn't trip about that necessarily anyway. And then on the back, we have Hemlock and Oak in very bold, very, very, very bold letters. So that is all about my new planner that I'm going to be using in 2025. It is officially planner season, so I will be talking all things planners, of course, just kind of getting situated with my system and all of that as we move into the new year. So definitely be on the lookout for lots of planner related content and of course money related content, because I'll be trying to get all that situated as well, just really getting organized in general. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.